Hi, we are Group 5, and our topic is about Kai Tak Cruise Terminal. My name is Yahoo Tech, and I'm going to analyze this project in social and cultural dimensions. After my part, can we further discuss in the economic dimension? The size of luxury cruise ships becomes larger due to technological advancements, and their displacement tonnage has already surpassed 100,000. Except for the Kuantan Container Terminal, there is no cruise terminal to cope with this issue. The impressions of travelers and cruise passengers were affected. As a result, there is a vision that the government aims to make Hong Kong to be a regional transport center for cruise ships and utilize this chance to expand the tourism sector through the development of Kai Tak Cruise Terminal. According to engineering social responsibility, engineers are accountable for raising public knowledge of developments based on their work. Meanwhile, when carrying out their duties, they should think about the effects on the public and society. Does this project have a significant social impact? There are two distinct viewpoints. To begin with, the Kai Tak cruise terminals appears to be conducive to the society. Several points are summarized as follows. The first one is the encouragement of sustainable development. The majority's wish is to avoid reclamation. The water depth at Kai Tak is sufficient for those giant cruise ships to berth. As a result, land reclamation is unnecessary. Meanwhile, the terminal's design incorporates many green elements, such as engine energy conservation and the use of renewable energy. For example, solar panels and photovoltaic panels are renewable energy sources, and landscaped roof decks reduce the heat island effect. As a result, we can see that this project is cherished by the public's wishes and the environment's well-being. The public's favorable impression of the engineer is maintained. Second, the large space for establishing culinary equipment. According to the plan, this terminal can satisfy the needs of a new generation of giant cruise ships with a capacity of 8,400 passengers and 1,200 staff members. Basically, because of its service capabilities and the reputation of Kai Tak Airport, the potential to be a regional transit hub for cruise ships has been shown, which benefits society by changing the perception of Hong Kong's marine service. Third, there is an extensive range of facilities. The terminals will be used for marine services and other facilities such as restaurants, shops, and a rooftop park. It is in the public's best interest to develop additional work possibilities and improve their living quality. As we know, Hong Kong is a small territory with a high population. The rooftop park provides an additional relaxing area for guests to enjoy activities such as picnics, and this is one of the public's well-being issues to consider. Besides, another point of view is that the project is being criticized by a part of community. In terms of the current situation, there are two scenarios to be concerned. The first one is the lack of access to infrastructure, such as transportation. The terminal has been turned on for several years, but little progress has been made. For example, the average traveling time for a bus line is about 20 to 30 minutes, and the waiting time for a ferry is about an hour. As a result, most people choose to travel there by private car, resulting in an issue with illegal parking. There are just 126 parking spaces available. They are far insufficient for the intended use. The second issue is a lack of human flow. Based on the first phenomenon, the public's willingness to visit there has been impacted. Most people don't want to waste time for waiting a car or competing for a parking spot. As a result, only a few people travel there, resulting in a low volume of business. For example, restaurants rely only on those site workers on weekdays and there is no shopping. If these issues are not addressed, a lack of people's flow will prevent brands from joining and harming the job opportunities and living standards. To conclude, we can observe two perspectives on the Kai Tak cruise terminals. In my opinion, regardless of the location or available resources, this project has numerous advantages and can assist both the public and society Except for the impact of the epidemic, the government should deal with the problem from the root, such as improving the transportation system. As a result, the problem can be alleviated and the community will realize its potential once again. This is the end of my part. Let's pass the time to Ken.
Thank you, Keelan. For the economic dimension, I will talk about the objective of the Kai Tak Cruise Terminal project. There are two objectives were suggested before the construction of KTCT. They are developing the cruise tourism of Hong Kong and bring economic benefit to other industries. In order to develop the cruise tourism, the government hopes that the KTCT can increase the number of ships calls and cruise passengers by 2023 within the range 180 to 250 and 560k to 1 million respectively. After the KTCT was built in 2013, we can see that there are some achievements of it. First, the KTCT success to enrich the Hong Kong tourism portfolios. As we can see from the table, the total number of ships calls and cruise passengers was 89 and 119k respectively before KTCT was built. However, after the KTCT was built, both of the number are rapid increase in 2018 and already exceeded the aim of the government, which preset at 2023. By researching, the cruise passenger spending per capita in Hong Kong is shown as the table. For the transit passenger, the spending of them are around 14,000 Hong Kong dollars and 4,000 Hong Kong dollars for the passengers who are embarking or disembarking in Hong Kong. When there are more visitors, it also brings an economic growth to the others industry, such as retail and dining, travel trade, hotel and others industries. From the record, we can find that KTCT brought around 1.7 billion contribution to the others industry by bringing more customers from the worldwide to Hong Kong. The construction cost of KTCT is around 8.2 billion from the record, and the value-add contribution of KTCT in 2018 is 1.7 billion, which is already 20% of the construction cost. Therefore, the government believes that the construction cost of the KTCT can be justified easily in around 5 or 6 years. However, there is some defect of the KTCT, which is the operation and the performance of KTCT may affected by the different worldwide problems, such as the spreading of the COVID-19 in nowadays. The number of ships calls was reduced and become zero completely as the travel ban is applied in different regions, and the KTCT is out of the service and not available to bring any income for Hong Kong. Also, the public transportation plying the Kai Tak Cruise Terminal is inconvenient. Although the construction cost is paid by the Hong Kong government, the local citizens do not have the incentives to visit the KTCT as there are limited transportation which can reach the terminal. Therefore, the KTCT cannot bring benefit to the local people, and there are only very small ratio of local people can be beneficial from the KTCT project. And that's the end of our presentation. Thank you.